Now let's get into R.T. Kendall's story about the Holy Spirit that you need to hear.
I don't know whether anybody will have read my book called The Sensitivity of the Spirit. If you did, you will recall a story. A British couple were sent by their denomination to be missionaries in Israel some years ago, and they were given a home to live in near Jerusalem. Well, after being there for a few weeks, they noticed that a dove had come to live in the eave of the roof of their home. Oh, they were thrilled. They took it as a seal from God on their being in Israel. But they also noticed that the dove would fly away every time they would slam a door or get into an argument with each other. Well, one day, Sandy, he told this story all over Britain, he said to his wife Denise, "How do you feel about the dove?" "Well," she said, "it's like a seal from the Lord on our being in Israel." And then she added, "But have you noticed that every time we slam a door or start shouting at each other, the dove flies away?" And then the reply came, "Yes, and I'm so afraid the dove will fly away and not come back." And then he looked at her and quoted these words all over Britain, "Either the dove adjusts to us or we adjust to the dove." Well, they both knew that the dove was not going to adjust to them. They mutually agreed they would adjust to the dove. Now we're talking about a bird, an animal. But do you know what? That decision changed their lives just to keep a bird in their house, in the eave of the roof of the house. You see, here's what we know. A dove is a shy, sensitive bird. The Holy Spirit is depicted as a dove. And I want you to know something, that a dove is so sensitive, 1,000 times more sensitive than you can imagine.
I hope this clip blessed you by R.T. Kendall, because yesterday this really hit me hard, so much that I couldn't get back into my normal workflow, and maybe that was a good thing. But I just spent some time with the Lord praying and just seeking Him, and I used to think I was a real Holy Spirit person. I went to a charismatic seminary, and I lived conscious of the fact of that we have to have the ability to realize that we can grieve the Holy Spirit. He is a person, and He can be grieved, and He can be chased away from our lives if we don't live in union with Him. So the missionary couple in the story, life and ministry, was radically changed by this one thing. I found it interesting that they were missionaries in Israel, someplace that is special to my heart. But what if I lived consciously of wanting to host the Holy Spirit in my life, in my house, in my family, and my church? And I really live that if I get outside the Spirit, that I can grieve the Holy Spirit and push Him away. What if we lived like that?